Okay, this is a word problem that will help you with Big Idea 2, Math 6, Algebra 2.2. Jessica made 8 out of 24 free throws. Bob made 5 out of 20 free throws. Who has the highest free throw ratio? So we're asked to compare two ratios. Let's set up our known and our unknown. What do we know about this problem? We know that Jessica, I'm just going to abbreviate her as J, Jessica made 8 out of 24. And we know that Bob made 5 out of 20 free throws. What do we not know? Unknown. Who has the highest ratio of free throws? We don't know the highest ratio. So, we're comparing this number to this number. Whenever you're comparing two fractions, you need to have the same denominator. So, let's move what we know down here. We want to know 8 out of 24. Is it greater than, less than, or equal to 5 out of 20? We need a common denominator right now. We have 24 on one side and 20 on the other side. So we're going to see what denominator will be able to go under each fraction. Here's how we do that. We're going to try 24 times 2. In the ones place, here, let's do it this way. In the ones place of 24 times 2, you end up with 8. For sure, in the ones place of any multiple of 20 is not going to be an 8. It's going to be a 0, right? 20 times 2, you always end up with a 0. Times 3, you always end up with a 0 in the ones place. Times 4, you always end up with a 0 in the ones place. I'm looking for a multiple of 24 that has a 0 in the ones place, and I'll see if both of them can be evenly put into it. Here, let's keep going. Let's do 24 times 3. Well, no, because 3 times 4, I would end up with a 2 in the ones place. That's not going to work. Let's try 24 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Nope, I would end up with a 6 in the ones place. That's not going to work. Let's do 24 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Oh, I have a 0 in the ones place. Alarm bells are going off inside my head. A 0 in the ones place. Maybe this multiple of 24 will work with 20 as well. Let's finish it. 5 times 4 is 20. We already did that. 5 times 2 is 10. And another 2 is 120. Let's see if we can get 20 to fit inside of 120 evenly. It works. Perfect. See? All right. So let's make them have the same denominator. This one I figured out. I'm going to multiply by 6. Whatever you do to the bottom, you also have to do to the top. Times 6 times 6. Same thing here. I need to multiply by 5 to get that denominator to be the same, 120. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Times 5 times 5. So let's take a look at our new fractions. 24 times 5 is 120. 8 times 5 is 40. 20 times 6 is 120. 5 times 6 is 30. Is 40 over 120 greater than, less than, or equal to 30 over 120? It's greater than. This one was the bigger ratio, the higher ratio. And who had it? Jessica. Who has the highest free throw ratio? Jessica.